people. This video is a little bit different. I'm trying to take on a new aspect to add into my channel. This is where the beginning starts, I guess you'd say. So normally you don't see me sitting here in front of the camera speaking. I'm trying to do that a little bit more. We'll see how that works out. So let me jump right on into what I want to speak about today. So here recently, well, anybody that doesn't really know me, a little bit of background. I'm really into firearms and stuff like that. I'm not really like into firearms gung-ho, but I do believe that people should have the opportunity to have some form of weaponry in order to protect themselves, their family, their friends, general protection overall. So I know I'm saying a lot. I'm trying to eliminate that. The reason I give you this little bit of background is it kind of pertains to the message that I'm trying to deliver today. So with that little background, when I go on the internet, I'm usually looking for something related to firearms. One category that I've been following here recently was reloading your own ammunition. I would like to fire and practice more than I am now. The more you practice, the better you get. Pretty much anything in life. So I'm looking at potentially getting like a reloader to save my brass and reload it for a future date to practice again. That would eliminate a little bit of the cost, maybe give or take, depending on how much more I actually shot. That's a completely different topic, but that was background kind of needed, like I said, for this message. I've also been taking classes in college that, matter of fact, I just finished 2 classes this past Sunday that dealt with communications. And with my firearm history, the classes that I was currently enrolled in, and looking for like I don't want to call it a new project, but kind of a new hobby to get into, such as reloading. On top of that, I've been under a pretty good amount of stress lately. I won't go into all of that, but I know that there are other people out there that stress really accumulates in their life, and it's pretty hard to get over sometimes. Me personally, I do have a very strong family and friends support group that if something is going on in my life and it's burdensome or troublesome for me, all I have to do is open my mouth and find a shoulder. I can speak to any of my friends, any of my family about what's going on, and even if it's just getting it out in the open to kind of clear it off of my conscience or my chest, I generally feel better about it. Which kind of brings me into a thought I've had with everything I've had going on with my life, my hobbies such as firearms or current endeavors such as school. And one thing I was thinking of, and this idea just hit me last night, and I was like, I really need to get this on camera. I think it could help somebody potentially. This is a brand new 40 caliber pistol round. There's the lead on it, or the jacketed lead. Never been fired. The primer cap still intact. Brand new, ready to go into a pistol and fire. Good to go. Well, a couple of days ago, when me and the neighbor, we were outside practicing with our firearms, there were shell casings left on the ground. And I thought the best way to demonstrate this was actually just to grab one of those shell casings that was left out. And you can tell it's all beaten and battered. It's empty. It's already been shot. There's where the primer cap's been struck. This shell casing, for I would say at least 95% of people that use firearms, this really holds no value, nothing. The brand new bullet, this holds value. Somebody would want this so they could fire it, practice with it, utilize it, whatever they seem fit to do with it. This one, nobody really wants. Now I'm showing you this because some people in their life, they view themselves as the brand new bullet that people want that holds value. Other people view themselves as the beaten down case that gets left on the ground and forgotten about. Now, what could someone do to take their feelings from this back to this? And where I said earlier that I was looking into possibly starting a reloading hobby, it really got me to thinking. All the brass that people leave at the ranges, or if you live in areas where you can shoot out in your yard, that brass just gets left behind. Even in one of the videos, I saw somebody digging through the berms at an outdoor range to reclaim the lead, to clean it, melt it back down, and actually cast new bullets to go in the brass they found. So I'm thinking, to kind of demonstrate this, you have the spent casing, the brand new casing. There are people that do feel like this. It happens every single day. I've felt this way myself. And how do you get back to this status? And I'm thinking, while I'm watching these reloading videos, is you don't always need someone else. It really does help. I'm not saying don't go out and seek help or don't clam yourself off from the world. I'm not saying that. For me, that's my first go-to. If you have friends or family that you can at least open your mouth and whatever's on your chest or your mind or your conscience, get it off. Speak to someone. If you have to, dial a random number in the phone book. Go find a helpline, a hotline, anything. I firsthand know that stress is a million times worse to carry on your shoulders than it is to alleviate yourself just by speaking. That would be my first go-to to go from this back to this. The second way is build yourself back up. You understand what's going on in your life. No one understands you better than you do. If you need to run yourself through a polisher to bring back the shine, if you need to replace the primer cap to put a little more pep in your step, what does that for you? If you need a charge or powder to detonate, something that once you get that little pep in your step, something that puts you into full motion, what does that for you? And a lead, a bullet itself, they come in many fashions. You have hollow point, full metal jacket, jacketed hollow points, cast lead, your choice. People choose all different kinds of bullets every day. What kind of bullet are you? The bullet itself is only one section of a system that functions. If you take away the lead, the powder, the primer, or the casing away from this system, it will not function in the way it was intended. The same happens here. The primer cap's spent, the powder's gone, the lead's missing. This is just a jacket, a casing. I mean, what would it take for you to build yourself back up to this. There is no single answer that's going to work for everyone. But hopefully hearing this message will make you think about yourself just a little bit deeper. Maybe take that initial step into, I'm not going to feel terrible today. I'm not going to let other people bring me down. Stuff happens in life. Deal with it. If you don't deal with it, handle it. Make it work to your benefit. Don't let other people control your life. If I hold on to this casing, and I did start into my reloading hobby, I could do whatever charge I felt necessary to send this projectile downfield. I could replace the primer cap. I could choose hollow point cast, full metal jacket. I could pick the bullet that I want. But if I don't want to be in charge of it, I could give this casing to someone else. By doing that, they're in charge of what the outcome is for this casing. They could throw it in the trash. They could reload it. Whatever they wanted to do with it. If you let this symbolize your life, you can either take control of it and do it the way you want to do it. Do it the way you intend to have your outcome of life turn out. Or you can hand this over to someone else and let them be in control. Anytime you give yourself away to let someone else be in control, you're not living your life. You just become a puppet on a string. Anyway, I hope that this makes some sort of sense to someone. I hope it helps out. As always, I enjoy having all the subscribers. I love every one of y'all. You make what I'm doing worth doing, in my opinion. Can't wait to see more of you. Every one of y'all have a great day. Remember, pay it forward. Always do something when you can for someone else. Don't expect anything in return. Just do something nice for someone else and let it be. Pay for the next guy in the drive-thru. Give a homeless man a cup of coffee. Anyway, have a great day. Thank you very much. Bye.